Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH WA Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessing to you. I can push this truth throughout the four winds. Okay, you can see this video title, it's no hiding from YAHAWAH WA YAHAWASHI. Okay. Your life is basically, and this is every being, everything on this planet is controlled by YAHAWAH. Everything. Okay. It goes so far to where someone can be driving and a squirrel can run in front of the vehicle and they hit a tree and die. And that was all the Lord's doing. Okay? That was all his doing. All right? This is in the book of Psalms. This is Psalms 139. It says, Salakia. It says, thou knowest my downsitting and my uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. And that's the power we serve. Okay? He knows your uprising, your downsitting. I mean, before you can take a seat, he knows you're going to take a seat. Before you could get up in the morning, he knows. He knows when you were born. He knows when you're going to die. You know, all these things he knows. You know what I'm saying? He knows all of it because he set it up. He orchestrated everything. Okay? It says, thou compasseth my path and my lying down. So, what I'm going to do, if I live to see 5 years from now, just speaking hypothetically, the Lord already knows the path. Okay, thou compasseth my path. So he's ahead of your path. Okay, he's already seen where your path starts and where it ends. Okay, am I lying down? And this could be going to sleep or dying. You know, the Lord knows all these things. It says, and are acquitted. And are acquainted with all my ways. So we go to acquainted, and look in the Strong's, it says to be familiar with, by implication, to minister to, be serviceable, to cherish, okay, to be customary. So the Lord, he knows your ways because he set them up to go the way that he wants them to. That's how he's acquainted with all our ways. Okay? He's very familiar with them. All right? So it's nothing we can do, nowhere we can go, no moves we can make that the Lord hasn't already set up. Precept. This is Job 33:15. It says, in a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions. Okay, so instructions are already sealed. Your next day is already planned out when you sleep. It's already planned out what you're going to do. That he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. Okay? So you can't wake up and say, I woke myself up. I'm going to do this today. That's not how it works. I bet a million people had plans on what they were going to do and what they were going to be when they got out of school. And lo and behold, a lot of the times, doesn't even work that way. You know? Because the Lord has paths for everyone. right? Verse 4, it says, for there is not a word in my tongue, but lo, O Yahawah Shem Yahushua, thou knowest it altogether. So the Lord knows all, you know what I'm saying, everything you're going to do. That's why I say it's all together. Everything I'm going to say, you already know. And here's why. This is Exodus 4:11. It says, and Yahawah Shem Yahushua said unto him, who hath made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, Yahawah Shem Yahushua? Okay, he's telling you, I've made these things. Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. So he basically just told him, all you have to do is walk. When it comes time for you to open your mouth, my words will be in your mouth. You're going to say exactly what I want you to. Okay? That's crazy, man. You think about it. Nothing we're doing, absolutely nothing, is on our own. So there's no such thing as free will. No such thing as free will. It's all an illusion. Okay? It's all an illusion. And Esau has this illusion set up to where people actually believe that they have free will. You know? That you're not making your own choices. You can't make your own choices. Your choices are being narrated by Yahawah Shem Yahushua. He calls the shots. Okay? Verse 5, it says, thou hast beset me behind and before, and laid thine hand upon me. Beset me behind and before. That means everything that happened and everything that's going to happen was guided by Yahawah Shem Yahushua to happen. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain unto it. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord has spirits on everyone. Okay, you'll watch the little cartoons and you'll have one on the right shoulder and one on the left shoulder. One basically is trying to tell you to do what's wrong, and the other is trying to lead you on the right path. What do you think Esau, when they make those cartoons, get this concept from? Lo and behold, that's in the scripture. Okay? So we understand these things are all from the Most High. Okay? It says, verse 6, such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain unto it. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? So where can I go to hide from you? Where can I go that it's going to be absolutely none of your presence there? And this is a precept, Jeremiah 23:23. It says, am I the Most High at hand, saith Yahawah Shem Yahushua, and not a power afar off? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? Said Yahawah Shem Yahushua. Do not I feel heaven and earth? Said Yahawah Shem Yahushua. So the answer is no. It's nowhere you can go. Okay? It's absolutely nowhere you can go and nothing you can do to get from the presence of the Lord. All right? This is verse 8. It says, if I ascend into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. Okay, so hell is not a place underground. This is talking about the grave. So if I die, you're there. You know? It says, if I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, When I go there, it's going to be your hand that led me there. And thy right hand shall hold me. Okay? If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light unto me. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee, but the night shineth as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to thee. Salakia. Okay? So the darkness and the light are the same. Okay? They have different purposes. Okay? And this precept, Isaiah 45:7, it says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So, when we look at light and darkness, we think of evil and good. All right? So, when someone gets hit by a bus, when someone gets in a plane crash, you can't give Satan credit for that. That's the Lord's doing. Okay? Nothing that happens doesn't go on without the watch of YAHAWASHI, knowing he put it in motion. Okay? That's why we should fear the Lord, man, because he is powerful. Like, man, you can't even begin to think. He is the power. Ooh, man, it's crazy. 13, for thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. So he's telling you, possess my reins. Reins are, you have reins on horses that controls them where they go. Okay? He said, when I was in my mother's womb, you was controlling me. You was going to control what happens. This is Ephesians 1, and I'm going to start at 4. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. Okay? So, before the world even began, it was men that was chosen, that when they came out of their mother's womb, they were going to be basically on the right-hand side doing what was righteous. Okay? So we have no choice. We have no freedom. There's no freedom. It's just an illusion. Okay? It says that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahawashi HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Now, when we go to Romans, the 9th chapter, that adoption, you see that's only to the Israelites. It's only to the chosen of Israel. Okay? Not nobody being grafted in. That's just a side note. Okay? But we're according to good pleasure of his will. So whatever he has set up for us, that's the will that's going to happen through his chosen men. All right? Verse 14, it says, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Fearfully and wonderfully. Okay, marvelous are thy works. And that's good and bad. Everything the Lord does is marvelous. Okay? You'll see an infant die, and it's something like you like thinking, how could that happen? Because the Lord sees everything the way it's supposed to be seen. We can't look through like carnal eyes. Okay? That person, that could have been that spirit that was being born, that could have been its judgment. Okay? It says, and that my soul knoweth right well. So we know what's right and what's wrong. Okay? We know it. We understand it. We understand that going to church and celebrating Easter and all those things are blasphemous. Okay? It says, my substance was not hid from thee when I was made in secret and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Okay, so when we were born, or when we were conceived, the Lord knew our substance. Okay, that word substance. It says that of which a thing consists. So the Lord knew what we consisted of when, even before the world began, but even in the womb, when we're about to come forth. He knew exactly what we were set up to do. Okay, the Lord knows all. Okay, He said, it says physical matter or material. All right, that's what substance is. So we're basically understanding that my substance was not hid from thee. That means when some the chamber was set forth, and the man and the woman went in the chamber, and they slept together, and they had a child, the wedding ceremony. Okay, the Lord already knew what sperm was going to penetrate that egg and what child was going to come forth. The Lord already knew that, because it fulfilled his will that it happened that way. Okay, so that's substance. 6, it says, thine eyes did see my substance. So it wasn't hidden. The Lord had it set up, because it says, thine eyes did see my substance. It says, yet being unperfect. Okay, because we was born into sin. And in thy book, all my members were written. So everything that the Lord had set up, it was already written for your life. It was already set up and written, which in continuance were fashioned. They were fashioned this way to continue that way. Okay, they were fashioned to continue that way. It says, when as yet there was none of them. So the thing is, now we actually have these chosen men, or these chosen people, where it says, when as yet there was none of them. It would become a time to where we would wake up. Okay, we would wake up, because we didn't continue in the fashion of being unperfect according to his will, the way we were made. Okay, it didn't continue on. Otherwise, brothers wouldn't be making these videos. Okay, it would be no videos coming up. It would be no street teachings. All right, so it didn't continue that way. It says, how precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O YAHAWAH, how great is the sum of them. How great is the beginning. Okay, that's what the sum is. And it sums it all up. The end, the beginning, it's all summed up by how precious also are thy thoughts unto me. So what the Lord thinks of us as his chosen men, when we wake up to see that, it's precious, bruh. You mean to tell me that this person making this video is an Israelite, is chosen by the creator of everything as his favorite? And then on top of that, have a chance at being an elect man? What are the chances? Like, what are the chances of all the people in the world? Okay, we got to think of 7.7 billion minus all the other nations. That just takes you clean out of the equation. Then on top of that, to be of the chosen nation. Then on top of that, be one of the chosen out of that nation when it's only 144,000. That's special. That's why it's precious. Okay? That the Most High, his thoughts should be precious to us. Okay? Everything he did should be precious, because at the end of this, we may come out as being one of those first fruits that the kingdom of heaven will be ruled by one of us. 144,000, but us men that's doing this, that actually have a chance. Man, it says, if I should count them, they are more in number than the sand. When I awake, I am still with thee. Okay? So the ways of the Lord, he said, if I should count them, they are more than the number than the sand. That's a lot. Surely thou will slay the wicked. O power, depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men. Okay? For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. Okay, so that name in vain, the whole world believes that the Most High's name is just God and Jesus. That's in vain, because when you speak it, it's vanity. Those names don't bring salvation to you. Salvation is not in the name of Jesus. Okay, you have to understand the original text and language that this Bible was written in. Then you will get it. Okay? It wouldn't give you a saying, what is his name, what is the son's name, if thou can tellest. And also, those things wouldn't be a mystery. I'm not going to give you the answer to the mystery and then ask you the mystery. Like, I mean, it makes no sense. Okay, so we have to understand these things. All right? It says, do not I hate them, O YAHAWASHI, that hate thee? And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred. I counted them mine enemies, because this entire world, when you show them the image of, not necessarily the image, but the way the Bible depicts him as this Negro with this afro, they hate that. Everybody hates it. Okay? That's why it says, I count them mine enemies. Because when the truth is revealed, they're not going to accept it. All right? It says, I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. Because when the truth comes out about your image, when the truth comes out about who you are, who you love, who you came for, they're not going to accept it. They will fight. They'll try to fight you. You know? You can't tell them his name ain't Jesus. I can't begin to tell you how many people I've talked to, and they just like, man, I'm gonna just stick with Jesus because that's what's working. I'm like, really? That's what's working, huh? You're still at the bottom. You're still getting shot down in the streets. And that's what's working, huh? Right. It says, search me, O YAHAWASHI, and know my heart. That means search me and know my mind. Try me and know my thoughts. So whatever you have to do, make me prove myself. Okay? I need to be proven, so I can show you that I'll stand the test of time. And see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way of everlasting. So after being searched out, if it's something wrong with you, that fire is going to purge it out of you. And that purging out comes in the form of being tested. Okay? So it may be a test that comes to you, and you pass it, and that thing is purged out of you. You know what I'm saying? It's to build your faith up. Okay, I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH WA. Double honors to the apostles and others, great millstone. Peace and blessing to you. I can push this truth throughout the four winds. Shalom.